Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and guess what? We still have Age of Extinction figures to look at. Today we are taking a look at from the Power Battlers line. This is Vehicon. I think this is like the third or fourth Decepticon released in this line. Uh, I should say all of Age of Extinction. I think that's hysterical. But this is based on the drone um characters that were seen as like cemetery wind vehicles or whatever. Predominantly black, little hints of purple. I do want to mention right off the bat that when you get this figure, you are going to have to do some transformation right out of packaging. First off, it has to do basically with the arm here of which has the gimmick. You're going to find that it comes out, it's loose. Yeah, just what you want to do is just go ahead and peg that in, push it in into the torso. It is meant to come out for transformation, but that way the gimmick will work. Also, the legs are folded up and they're on like a track system, so they're gonna end up looking like this. There's a bit of an automorph, so you just want to go ahead and pull those out and down, and then you'll have the fully formed legs. So that's about it. What you need to know when you get the figure out of the packaging. Let's take a look at the gimmick. Okay, like all the power battlers, the Vehicon has a little bit of a weaponized gimmick. Basically, what you want to do is there's this little trigger mechanism over the shoulder. Pressing it down will cause the arm that we've just pegged into place to spin forward. Uh, Basically, what's going on is you have a saw blade spinning around, and then the arm is actually pulling back and revealing this Gatling gun. So you basically have a saw Gatling gun thing. This is kind of fun, although I don't find it as fun as, say, Grimlock's Mace gimmick or High Octane Bumblebees, because namely, as you just see here, the arm does loosen up over multiple uses and gets a little weak. But yeah, that's the gimmick. Let's take a look at transformation. Transformation isn't that difficult, although as always with these power battlers, there are some steps and directions that I feel could have been better explained. First, what you want to go ahead and do is bring this arm back down into a neutral position. Go ahead, detach this arm from the geared gimmick there, so it's flopping around rather loose. Next, what you want to go ahead and do is come back here, straighten out this panel, and then come in and unpeg the whole chest section, bring it back and around, and then you can sort of peg this in now, but it will stay even better once vehicle mode is finished. Next, what you can go ahead and do is rotate the hips around, and then we're going to go ahead and bring up these shin pieces, and there is like I mentioned before, an automorph where the feet will come up and then they will peg quite nicely into place. Finally, to finish off the transformation, you just want to go ahead, fold up these side panels. They'll tab and peg into place. Now with this arm, which has the weapon on it, you want to make sure that saw blade is facing up towards you, because there's a little peg here at the base of the vehicle that will peg into the saw blade, holding it in place. And then once you have that done, make sure everything's tight, and you have this like little armored dune buggy type of vehicle that says Rally Fighter on it. I don't know if it's really a dune buggy. I think I may have heard that wrong, that it was a dune buggy, but yeah, just go ahead and make sure everything's pegged in. But yeah, I do notice that there might be a little bit of mold degradation or something here on the line, because it's not that there's a gap, but it looks like there's plastic missing that's been sheared off, but it doesn't affect the transformation any bit, and it's really not that noticeable. So yeah, that's about it for the Vehicon's transformation. I'm going to freely admit by this point, interest in Age of Extinction has really passed. Robots in Disguise has taken over for the young people, and the Combiner Wars has taken over for the older fans. With that said, if these figures start showing up at mass retail, which I am not 100% sure they will, just due to the nature of the marketplace, I think The Vehicon is a great addition. Obviously, at the price point, I don't think it's worth troop building, but it's a cool figure, and if you're like me and have all of the power battlers, or most of the power battlers from the Age of Extinction line, this is worth a pickup. The gimmick's fun for what it is. It's not as good as other figures, but I really don't see it having too much of a problem. This is your old pal Chuck for the Vehicon. We'll see you next time.